day 15. It is day 15. Day 15 of A Beer and a Take. I'm Nick, Scoreboard Addicts Podcast, and we will be discussing the Founders Brewing Company's Breakfast Stout. And I know you guys are thinking, like, Nick, Jesus, can you drink something else other than a stout? No, I can't drink anything else other than a stout. It's stouts and porters. That's all it is. It's winter time, folks. Embrace everything. Winter time, stouts and porters will keep you warm over the winter. Let's get on board, all right? We're going to pop this bad boy open. We're going to drink it. We're going to have a great fucking time doing it. Roasted coffee. It's supposed to be sweet and decadent. I've reviewed some Founders Brewing Company stuff earlier in A Beer and a Take, and we're going again with Founders. It's a smaller company, so you're not going to see it all over the place, but it might be something worth looking for, especially if you live in the Northeast. It tastes breakfast. It's 8.3% alcohol. Coffee lovers, this one's for you. And I do taste the coffee. I do. It tastes like black coffee with no sugar, no milk, so you don't have to worry. If you're a black coffee drinker, this is definitely something you're going to drink in the morning. If I literally put this in a mug, hot, you might sit there and say, oh wow, why is this black coffee making me drunk? This does taste like straight up black coffee with a little zing at the end of it, and obviously some carbonation. Almost like a Manhattan special for us New York folk. This one's for you, coffee lovers. Brewed with an abundance of flaked oats and two types of coffee and chocolate. This stout has an intense, fresh roasted Java nose with breakfast-inspired flavors of chocolate and caramelized sugar just for the right amount of sweetness. I don't taste any sweetness in it at all. This tastes like straight up coffee, like black coffee and liquor. But it's good. Like, again, if I was going to drink this in the morning, this would be something I'd really drink in the morning. But as I enjoy this tasty beverage, to quote Samuel L. Jackson, my take is the question mark of, in 2023, in the age of social media, it seems to me that we as a people need to take down our previous legends in order to build up our current legends. Oftentimes you'll see conversations in the basketball community regarding someone like Michael Jordan and whether or not he would be able to play in a LeBron James world. You'll also often see Babe Ruth would be a plumber. He played against plumbers and roofers. By comparison, today's mega athlete. It's a common thing you'll see, like Joe Namath was garbage by comparison to today's quarterbacks that throw for 4,000, 5,000 yards. And my take on that is that you can't compare the guy that invented fire to the guy that's using it to melt his snow in his front yard in 2023. The guy that invented fire, he's a legend. If we knew his name, he'd be one of the most important figures in the history of existence. We wouldn't be able to eat food without this man. The guy that discovered how to make fire regularly. Just like, for the most part, you'll hear slang terms with regard to the bathroom. Oh, I'm going to the John. I'm going to go use the crapper. I'm going to take a crap. The guy that made the most prominent indoor plumbing in England, his name is John Crapper. I am not kidding you. That is a fact. Okay? And if that's the guy that invented the bathroom or the modern day toilet for indoor plumbing, God bless you. You're a legend. It's unfortunate your name is associated with such a shitty situation. Such is life, but you are remembered, sir. And when you talk about hitting home runs, you say that's a Ruthian blast. that means that's a home run hit so far that he evokes the memory of the greatest home run hitter of all time. LeBron James wears Jordan's number. 23 is Jordan's number, not LeBron James. All right? The reason I think that modern day fans feel a need to denigrate our previous heroes in order to lift theirs up is because, unfortunately for the modern day fan, their modern day hero is really not all that much better than his peer. He is better by every measure, but the amount of which that he is better is not as significant as guys of years past. And what I mean is, somebody like Mike Trout or Shohei Ohtani, they hit home runs. Ohtani hits 40 home runs a season. They'll pitch to a 4 ERA, a 3 ERA, whatever. Babe Ruth hit more home runs in a season than entire franchises. So if Babe Ruth hit 50 home runs, no other team in the American League collectively hit 50 home runs. That's how great he is. You can't compare a guy that lived and played 80, 90, 100 years ago to a guy that's playing in 2023. To a guy that's playing in 2000. To a guy that's playing in 1990. The concept of free agency, the advances in technology, the advances in medicine completely change who that player is. Look at football. In the 1960s, guys would play two ways in college. Normally. Now we're sitting here and watching guys playing for Colorado playing two ways and having strokes over it. Like, oh my God, this guy's playing two ways. He's the greatest thing ever. That was commonplace 60 years ago. It really was. 60, 70 years ago, that was normal. You played two ways. That was a normal thing. But now one guy does it and you're like, wow, he's incredible. Is he? Is he really? He's only incredible by his peers today. 70 years ago, they'd be like, great, so am I. Me too. I'm playing linebacker and right guard. I've had conversations with Mike Westhoff, who played college football in the 60s. He played like offensive and defensive line, a linebacker and offensive line. Granted, players were smaller back then, but that was the game back then. You can't compare it to today's game. But I think that fans today feel the need to compare it to today's game because their players, by comparison to their peers, aren't that special. So they need to take down the previous greatness of the guys that they can't even compare to in order to lift up the people they have today. I don't think that's necessary. I think that if players today played 80 years ago, they will probably not be able to cope simply for the mindset of, the concept of roofers and plumbers is basically because players back in the day didn't make enough money to justify their salary. Like, one guy made a big paycheck, everybody else made bare bones. So in order to provide for their families, they had to get a second job. That was just the business, not their talent level, just the business that they were involved in. So cheers to you, players of yesteryear in every sport. You set the foundation to allow these guys today to make millions playing child's games. I'm going to give this beer a 4 out of 5 flights because I could drink this for breakfast. 8.5% alcohol. Cheers. That was my beer. That was my take. We'll catch you next time.